Top 10 Greatest Rap Albums of All-Time Billboard Staff List. Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to the only countdown that matters. The top 10 greatest rap albums of all time. These albums, man, they ain't just music, they're movements. So buckle up, because we're about to take a trip down memory lane and revisit the albums that built hip-hop.
Number 1. You already know we gotta start with the God's Son, the man who brought Queensbridge to the world. Nas. Illmatic, man. This ain't just an album, it's a masterclass in storytelling. Nas took us to the streets, painted pictures with his words, made you feel like you were right there with him. And the beats. Come on, son. DJ Premier, Pete Rock, Q-Tip. These brothers were serving up sonic masterpieces. Every track on Illmatic is a certified banger, from NY State of Mind to It Ain't Hard to Tell.
Next up, we head in West Coast with the Good Doctor, Dr. Dre, and the Chronic. This album, man, it's the sound of a revolution. Dre took Parliament Funkadelic, mixed it with some gangsta tales, and created G-Funk. It was smooth, it was funky, and it was undeniably West Coast. And let's not forget the young, hungry Snoop Doggy Dogg, dropping rhymes like he was born to do it. The Chronic wasn't just an album, it was a cultural phenomenon, and it solidified Dr. Dre's place as a hip-hop mastermind.
Number 3. Now let's talk about the Queen, Miss Lauryn Hill. Her album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, was a revelation. She was raw, she was honest, she was vulnerable, and she did it all with this incredible blend of soul, hip-hop, and reggae. Lauryn was speaking directly to the sisters, telling her truth, and the world listened. Lauryn Hill raised the bar for female MCs and proved that women could be just as complex, just as raw, and just as dope as their male counterparts.
Number 4, now we heading down south to Atlanta, the home of Outkast. These brothers, Andre 3000 and Big Boy, they were different, man, and Aquemini was their masterpiece. From the hard-hitting Rosa Parks to the soulful Spotty Oddie Dopalicious, Outkast proved that the South had something to say and the world was ready to listen.
Next up, we gotta pay homage to the legend. The notorious B.I.G. Life After Death dropped just weeks after his tragic passing, and it solidified his place as one of the greatest rappers of all time. From Hypnotize to Mo Money Mo Problems, Life After Death was a bittersweet victory lap for the King of New York.
Number 6. Now, let's talk about the other side of the coast, the other side of the story. Tupac Shakur. All Eyes on Me, man. This was a double album packed with emotion, anger, vulnerability, and revolution. From the anthemic California Love to the introspective Dear Mama, All Eyes on Me was a raw and powerful statement from a complex and contradictory artist.
Number 7. Now let's go back to the West Coast, back to the G-Funk era with Snoop Doggy Dogg and Doggy Style. Snoop's laid-back flow, his infectious rhymes, and Dr. Dre's funky production, it was the perfect recipe for a classic. From Gin and Juice to Murder Was the Case, Doggy Style was the sound of the streets, the sound of the lowriders, the sound of a new era in hip-hop.
Number 8. All right, let's take it back to the golden era, back to the roots of hip-hop, with Eric B. and Rakim and their groundbreaking album, Paid in Full. Rakim, man, he was a lyrical genius, a master of metaphors, and his flow was smooth like butter. He elevated the art of emceeing, and Eric B's beats, man, they were the perfect backdrop for Rakim's lyrical prowess. Paid in Full wasn't just an album, it was a game changer, and it's still considered one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time.
Number 9. Now let's talk about the King of New York, The Rock, Sean Carter, Jay-Z, The Blueprint, man. This album was a statement. From the Nas dissing takeover to the introspective song cry, The Blueprint showed Jay-Z's range, his growth, and his dominance. The Blueprint solidified Jay-Z's place as one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Finally, we gotta give it up for the legend, the storyteller, the ruler himself, Slick Rick. The Great Adventures of Slick Rick was a masterpiece in storytelling, man. From Children's Story to La-Di-Da-Dee, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick was a landmark album, and it cemented Slick Rick's place in hip-hop history.
And that's it. The top 10 greatest rap albums of all time according to Billboard. So let me know in the comments what you think about the list. Did they get it right? What albums do you think they slept on? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's keep the conversation going. Peace.